Welcome to episode of Pick Money, the podcast. I am here with Kenny, the funny salesman. How you doing, bro?
I'm great. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing amazing. I have you here. How could I not? How could I not be excited? No matter what is going on in your day, when you get around people that have good energy, are successful, are honest about what they're doing, and then will also share with other people what they're doing, makes you feel better already. So I appreciate you being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
And if you've not been around Kenny, you need to get around. If you want to get around him, when's the event? When's he gonna be speaking? January what day is that?
31st.
Are you speaking the 31st?
Yeah,
you speaking the 31st?
Yes, sir.
You fired up down to Irvin?
I'm super fired up.
Dude, he's going to light it up. You need, if you're anywhere near Texas, Irvin Convention Center, you got to hear this guy. This is what we're talking about today. You want to hear something talk about sales?
Yeah.
Teach you how to sell, because the stuff he does is still gold, and it still works.
Pull up like a baby diaper. I'm telling you, it's going to be lit.
Hey, how about this? You know about baby diaper. When I was in college, I said to my buddies, I said, dude, wouldn't it be cool if, like, we didn't have to this, because, you know, you're 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, my buddy's like, man, I gotta go. I gotta get up. I go to the bathroom. My other buddy said, man, they should create an adult diaper. Not like your older diaper, like you can't go, that like, you know that you can't get to the bathroom during the day because you're out drinking, you're at a game, you don't want to lose your spot.
Right.
And we're all like, and then I'm like, dude, that's actually a pretty good idea. We keep talking. They're like, that's the dumbest idea ever. My buddy from all those years ago sent me a clip the other day. He said, dude, you see what they're doing now at these raves, these mosh pits? They have these diapers. They're selling, and they're selling. People are buying them like crazy, millions of dollars worth, because they don't want to lose their spot in line when they're partying, drunk, high. They want to go to the bathroom in their pants in a diaper. So, you know, like a baby diaper. All right. So, Kenny, you said something to me earlier, and I want you to talk on this, because I think that people assume that it's funny, because you said, man, when people like to watch me make sales, where somebody's actually giving me a little pushback, because I think a lot of people in sales, the minute somebody pushes back, they're like, yo, I'm out. Like that's, you know. So from an objection standpoint, what I want to do is I want to throw you some objections, and I want you to respond to them, because this is what people, and no matter what you're selling, you're going to get the same bullshit objections.
Selling is universal.
There you
know
go.
What I mean? So it don't matter what you sell. You can sell a popsicle to real estate. You know what I mean? You're still going to get the same objections.
All right.
They've been doing that since Moby Dick was a man. You feel me? So, yeah, that's a fact. So.
All right, so I'm going to give you a couple, and I want you to spit out every song. You and I are talking, whatever you're trying to sell don't matter. Boom, I go, hey, Kenny, listen, man, that sounds good. It really does, Kenny, and I really appreciate you being here, man, but I'm going to need to think about that a little bit. So I'll get back to you, Kenny. But I appreciate you coming by the house.
Yeah. Well, next time you get a thought, you should duck like Donald, you know, because you shouldn't make a permanent decision over a temporary problem. And you got a good head on your shoulders, like the dandruff. Yeah. So next time, if you had a brain, you'll be dangerous. Because you do like saving money, right?
I do. Yeah, Kenny. Who doesn't want to save money? I want to save money.
So why count pennies when you're saving dollars?
But I just want to think about it a little bit, man. I hear you.
Well, when the last time you thought about something and it didn't work out?
When's the last time I thought about something that didn't work out? A lot of times.
Yeah, see, so you don't want to make a permanent decision over a temporary problem. And see, we like my father, we come once a year, so.
See, but, okay, here's another one, right? Hey, man, it's just not a good time for me to buy right now. I do want to get it, but it ain't a good time for me to buy right now.
You go to church?
Yeah, I go to church.
Yeah, you ever seen a watch get baptized?
No, I never seen a watch
today
get
we
baptized.
Gonna save you time. Yeah, you saved by the bell like Zach. Yeah, we gonna save you time.
Now that's good. That's good. Hey, Kenny, I think I just want to shop it around, man. I bet this. I like to just do my.
You must listen to 50 Cent.
50 Cent? Yeah, I do.
You know 50 Cent the rapper?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you can't be a window shopper. Yeah. How you gonna shop around? I'm right here at the doorstep.
No, think about this though. First of all, that's great.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But as long as you're saying something, you're getting somebody laughing,
right?
You're getting them comfortable, bless you, and you're not uncomfortable,
right?
Because don't people give you their bullshit objections sometimes to get you off your game, hope you become uncomfortable, and then they take control?
Yeah, and that the people don't understand, but when you uncomfortable, that's when the success comes. You know what I mean? And that's what people fail to realize. They think that you're supposed to be comfortable and win. No, most of the time, we do be uncomfortable because our back against the wall. You know what I'm saying? It's like we in that fight. We got to fight back. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time when they doing sales, like, you're not an order taker. We don't work at Wendy's. You ain't about to knock on nobody's door or answer the phone. They be like, oh, can I get that burger? Can I get the number 3? You know what I'm saying? So you got to, and people don't understand. That's what I was telling you. When we do most of our content, what makes the uniqueness about our content and about sales in general that separates you from a lot of the celebrities I did content with is because you actually a salesperson. You
Correct.
actually got the experience. You know
Correct.
how it is to fill a person out. You know what I'm saying? So you go off of what we've been through, and then the world can relate to that. You know what I mean? They be like, you know what? Damn. I do get this customer all the time that give me a hard time. I do get this person. Instead of getting somebody that really, you know what I'm saying, that's fond of you, or they obsessed with you, or they really like you, and then it look like it's a script, or it look like it's not original. You know what I'm saying? Organic. And that's what it is with sales. When it comes to sales, you gotta have tough skin. You know what I mean? You gotta go through the most. You gotta go through the nose. I tell people all the time, it ain't what happened, it's how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best title for this podcast, Pick Money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you got to do it. In order for you to pick money, you got to pick your desire. You got to pick your wants. You got to pick your needs for what you're about to receive, what you're willing to give. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, you want to be successful, but you don't want to do what it takes to be successful. You know what I mean? We get it all the time. And you a prime witness of this because of your employees. I guarantee you could tell them all the time, even when you have meetings, because when I have meetings with my people, I tell them like, hey, how you tell me that you want to win, but you not showing me? See, a pair of lips to say anything. You stayed up all night worshiping the moon.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and then you don't got no energy for your customers, but you want to win. That's why I tell people all the time, some people want to go to heaven and they still gonna complain. Dang, God, why is it so white up here? Man, I need to go back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Well, and also you have a unique, and I want to talk about this because I remember I was with this agent one day, and the dude opens the door and he's like cussing us out. We ain't even done nothing yet. Like, and Kenny, we weren't door knocking. Like, we had a lead.
Right.
You understand? Like, you're about door knocking. I got a lead. I call you. Your name's on the lead. You fill out, sign it, your date of birth. I show up at your house with the lead.
Right.
You open the door. I'm like, hey, man, this you, right? And he starts cussing us out. So the guy I'm training is looking at me like he turns around like we're going to leave.
Like it's a setup.
And I'm like, hey, man, yeah, because he's like, dude, what are we doing here? I said, hey, man, real quick, whatever the guy's name was. He said, what do you want? I said, hey, dude, I bet my guy over here that you ain't got a dog. And he said, I got no fucking dog. How do you know that? I go, dude, because as crazy as you are, as mean as you are, you'd be biting your own dog, dude. You don't need no guard dog. I said, you want me to take my shoes off? And he looked at me half like didn't know what to say and said, yes, went and made a sale. You have the ability when you're using your comedy to also make people feel good.
Yeah.
You compliment them in something.
Right.
You just do. If I had your hands, if I looked that way, if I had what. When did you learn to do that, man? And give us some things you say to people that make them feel good. Where you're like, because, dude, people like to feel good, man.
Yeah. So growing up with like a big family, I stood out like a sore thumb. You know what I'm saying? It's like working. And then like when I got into sales, like I'm a little kid from Detroit. So I'm going to like predominantly white, the suburbs. You feel me? Where they stereotype. They looking at like, he don't belong in this neighborhood. He probably robbing. He probably doing, you know what I'm saying? But then when I open my mouth and I educate them with a little bit of knowledge that I learned from, you know, School of Hard Knock University, or I give them personality because I just learned this one-liner from listening to like Jay-Z or Eminem or Lil Wayne. So now they like, dang, this dude is brilliant. So one thing that I learned at an early age that's still with me to this day, and I'm gonna be like this till they put flowers on me, is because I knew that the eyes was the window to the soul, and I know that people buy personality before they buy merchandise. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the thing with sales nowadays. People, they try to push sales instead of pushing they self. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes
you
perfect
gotta push
sense.
yourself.
Yeah.
Because once you push yourself, people see that. They be
Well,
like,
I'm buying you.
And then the
I'm
law of
buying
attraction.
you, dude, not
Exactly.
your product.
Yeah.
If I believe in you, I buy your product.
Right. So that's what I learned at an early age. I learned different icebreakers because I knew one thing, that I had to take my shoes off and put their shoes on. And then like I used to tell myself, if I was in that person's shoes, would I buy for myself? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. It's accountability.
A lot of successful salespeople, they understand this.
Correct.
But a lot of people that go through the motion, they don't really understand it. They think that they gotta they gotta push product, throw product down their throat, just keep on, you know what I'm saying? And that's where it came from. So what I used to do is that if I see this, because it's like I used to size people up, number one. So if you come to the door, you real like stubborn and you cocky and all that, I'm a basically like break the ice with you off of like complimenting you.
Correct.
Dang, Dad, you got stung by a bee, boy. You pretty swole. You lift weights of crates. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to laughing. So now I just broke
How do
you
you
down.
not laugh?
Yeah, so
Correct.
now I broke you down like a transmission.
Correct.
So now I got to turn it to the mechanic and fix the car so we can drive on the way
There
with the
you go.
field. You know what I'm saying? If I get a 90-pound housewife that out there playing with her kids, oh my God, Can you go get your mom or dad? They said we can't talk to teenagers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then she gonna blush a little bit. You know? Who has a green thumb? Well, I do. I got a brown one, because I noticed you got the front yard looking like a golf course. You know what I'm saying? So now,
anything to make them
just to make them,
because
you got to understand, like this person probably had a hard day at work.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? His employees was getting on his nerve, whatever, and he ain't heard a good compliment or a good laugh all day. Nah, just changed his whole mood.
Correct.
Then the wife, she probably having a hard time with her kids, husband at work. You know what I'm saying? He probably ain't complimenting her all day. I come and break the ice. Now she looking at like, you know what? You done won me over. So I learned that because at the end of the day, I know that I had a gift because number one, like I tell people all the time, I'm not a prostitute, but I know how to sell myself. Once I sell myself and I get you to love me, then you're going to buy whatever I sell. I told my son the other day, he's 18 years old. I said, look, you can't take care, a baby until you take care of yourself. That's the same thing with a customer. You can't sell his customer until you sell you. I used to tell people all the time when I used to have meetings and stuff, like we used to have like morning meetings. I said, who you going to sell first? Yourself. Then what you gonna sell? Personality. Then what you gonna sell? Product. Then what you gonna sell? Saving. And then at the end of that, you're gonna get a sale.
But you got so many people trying to show product first.
Thank you.
I mean,
right on the nose.
Yeah,
Thank you.
But
that's why. We locked in. That's what's wrong with people today. They selling the wrong thing first.
Correct. Because I can get product anywhere.
Exactly.
That's the point of shop around. No, I'm here. I'm here. Why you can do that? You say some things that are funny, you connect. Yeah. But also, it's accountability. When you're like, hey, man, I'm going to think about what it's like to be in their shoes, what I bought from me. Yeah. So that's a hard question to ask yourself if you're in sales. Yeah. Successful salespeople ask it. Why didn't they not buy from me? It was your fault.
Yeah.
You're the sales guy.
Always your fault.
It's always your fault.
Yeah.
But a lot of people get into sales and go, I always tell people, they didn't do this. They didn't do that. Bro, if you do that, it's over. Because there's no accountability for you. Yeah. You're the person. I used to take my big whiteboard and they'd be like, man, I can't. I said, let me explain how it works. And mine was lead based. So you're talking about this, my man's door knocking people. Yeah. They didn't ask for none. I'm here. Right. It's a different deal, just so you understand that. Right. Leads, which I door knocked for years. Leads, I'm like, dude, these are leads. Like they fill. So I take a whiteboard, I draw a lead, square, then I draw a little stick figure. Yeah. I'd be like, here they are, mom and dad, they fill it out, they saw it, they liked the product, they sent it in. Then we introduced you, and they said no. Right. Who's the variable, bro? They were good. When it was the two of them in a lead, they wanted the product. We brought you in. They're like, hell no, we don't want it. Right. And you're blaming them. Yeah. They want it until they met you. No. But you have the ultimate accountability there.
And it's funny because I used to go through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I go get a sale and then I go get them to close out the sale. You know what I'm saying? And I start doing that a lot with solar companies. They got setters and they got closers. Yeah. So the setters is basically the ones that get their information and then you go get the closer. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, they was just interested before you came. Correct. So what I used to do is I used to test the water with this person. I remember my mentor told me a long time ago. He said this person came to me like, man, you know what? I don't think this job is for me. I think I'm better with my hands. And he was like, well, what's the comeback time? I ain't got no money. It was like, I don't know. You see, you ain't want it. This job wasn't for you because you ain't want it to be for you. You know what I'm saying? Some people can shoot themselves in the foot and still try to run a race. You already committed financial suicide mentally. Correct. You know what I mean? So the thing is that, and you got to understand, when we came up in tough times where 100%. We had constructive criticism and we listened to it. Now we in a new era where if you give somebody constructive criticism, they'll fall apart. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to take them back to church just for them to get back mentally strong. I'm like, damn. You're supposed to be tougher than Viagra. You're supposed to be stronger than the Holy Ghost. You're supposed to be mentally put together because this is a mental job. This ain't for the weak. Sales is not for the weak.
No, it's not.
Sales is all the way mental. You know what I'm saying? You got to leave your problems at home. You got to leave, sales is a jealous business. You know what I mean? You got to eat, sleep, and drink this in order for you to become great. You know what I'm saying? My kids didn't understand it, but now they did. I was on the road. It was times that, if I had a slow day, I wouldn't even talk to my kids. Yeah. I had a bad day. How you doing, Dad? I don't even want. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to talk to you right now.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even pay the bills.
But that's your job is to take care of them.
I got it right.
How do you smile, hug them when you can't take care of them?
Exactly. And people don't understand that. You feel me? But we come from that era where we wanted to become great. You know what I'm saying? We looked for a challenge. You know what I'm saying? We knocked on the door and we looked for you to tell us not interested. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no time. We not interested. Somebody was just here. The dogs is having cats. The cats is having dogs.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We was looking for all of that. And then at the end of all of that, we still was there because we knew the difference between a rejection and an objection. Now you got this new generation where they go to the door and they look for a rejection.
Correct.
They're looking for them to slam the door or close the door.
Yeah. So they do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You get what you're looking
because
for.
your body language. You know what I'm saying? My mentor told me a long time ago, he said, look, if you want to borrow some money, you got to look like you can at least pay it back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's good. Yeah, but I mean, but which makes today's world so much easier to dominate in sales because so many people are like that.
No, facts.
See, for me, I was like, dude, and when I started my sales career, it was old school.
Like
we
Will
would do
Ferrell.
we would do meetings. My man would get up there, and I started doing the same shit. He would be like, all right, here's the adult board.
Yeah.
And it said adult.
Yeah.
And it have like 8 names.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, here's the little kids board. And you'd have the people's names on there, right?
Yeah,
then he would be like, this is the pink board for you guys. Then if you had 0. And then, dude, we started building it. We had like 35 guys. We did it. Like the 0 board, I'd be like, all right, here are the people. That's how I did it.
Yeah.
I'm like, here's the leaderboard. It's on life insurance. I'd be like, all right, those are the top 20. Hey, guys, now stay tuned. These people, the next 10, you're going to be impressed. These people care so little about the families that we're supposed to protect and so little about their own. They made no sales this week. So stay with me. I need you to get number 1 0 sale guy, Thomas Smith. And I'd read them.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what dudes did? They wanted to be off the 0 board.
Yeah, they was embarrassed.
And I'm like, hey, dude, I want you to win.
Yeah.
These families could die with no life insurance, and you can't pay your bills.
Yeah, no, that's
I don't
fact.
want you walking out of here laughing about it and then going and trying to go to sleep at night. You know how hard it is to smile at your kids, pretend you can pay the bills, and then be so stressed out that you can't make no payments.
No, that's
you can't go to sleep. You wake up in the morning, and then guess what happens? 3 days from now, hey, Dad, I'm going to play Little League Baseball. And you're like, shit, how much is that? Well, it's $35, bro. But you're at, like, I never forget, a guy messaged me one day. He said, hey, man, my daughter, she was whatever, 14, 15. I love the guy. I haven't seen him in forever. Grew up in the same area. She's, her cross-country team's raising money. I said, oh, that sounds good. And now he's a guy who's worked his 21 hours a week his whole life, which is his business, always complain about money. I'd be like, hey, bro, why don't you do something on the side? But never wound up me. And he probably worked 40 hours a week, but that's not a lot of hours.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, dude, no disrespect. That's your daughter, right?
Yeah.
He's like, well, yeah, of course, Sean. I go, then why are you calling us up like she's ours? I'm just like, I'm not like, she's your daughter, right? Why are you calling her? It's not like if she was sick and the family's in trouble, you want her a new cross-country uniform for your own child.
Yeah.
Yet when I'm out on Saturdays and Sundays making sales and you was talking shit about me working too much, I was taking care of my family. Now you want us to take care of your family.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you've met, dude, you're with everybody.
Right.
Everywhere I go, you're there.
Right.
Like everywhere I go on social media, I'm like, oh, Kenny's everywhere, bro. Like he is everywhere. People are like, you know him? I'm like, yeah, dude, I know him. He's the one from the skit.
Yeah.
So you've met, I mean, a ton of people. Give me a couple of people that you met and you were like, man, because your only impression of these people is what you assume because you haven't met them until the first time you met them.
Right.
Give me a couple of people you're like, man, that dude was different than I thought he would be. And for what reason? Like, man, he was just different than I thought he would be.
Dang, that's a great question. So, number one, Lil Baby, he was like, because of the simple fact that like, when I met Lil Baby, I was so like, I ain't gonna say I didn't have the confidence, but I was like kind of like stage, like starstruck.
Well,
kinda.
dude, he's a monster.
I wasn't really starstruck as my kids. They like big fans of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had my kids with him, and they were scared to say something to him. And I'm looking at like, and sometimes my kids they be trying to use me to get around them. Like, man, you know who you is? Man, you better go up to. You know what I'm saying? My kids, like, man, you Kenny, you funny. Man, you better go up there.
They're hyping you up.
Yeah, they hyping me up, but I'm still like, man, I ain't about to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at like the people that's in my city that. They ain't really showing me the love I deserve. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going up to them like, man, let's do a skit. They ain't really trying to mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Because they so like caught up with trying to get this music video with him.
Correct.
And he seen it. And he stopped in his shoes. He said, man, why you ain't asked me to do a skit? I'm the one that really mess with you. And it messed my head up. I said, that's crazy. I said, I ain't even had the confidence to even ask you. I'm asking the people that, you know what I'm saying? And you was more of a fan than the people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at like you was like more bigger than them, you know what I'm saying? And then when they seen that, then they start giving me my little, you feel me, like my flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Because of him.
Yeah, I'm like,
Not 'cause
man,
they
you was
wanted
better
to.
off giving me a vase. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't wait till you know what I mean. So that I say him, and then that's on the positive side. Not like on the negative side. It's funny because me and my boy Youre, like I don't know if you've seen this content, but he be like running up on the celebrities, calling them wrong names. I don't know if y'all seen this
No, I
content.
have not. I've seen it. You
He's
seen that?
Hilarious.
Drew, you seen it? It's hysterical.
Yeah,
You gotta send it to me.
He did it to Keith Lee because Club Shay Shay just shared him because Keith Lee, he like a food critic and he called him a rapper like DDG, and it's a big old it's a big controversy going on with him right now. But he did Cam Newton. He did Cam Newton with me at the BET Awards. He called him Jay-Z.
No, he
Cam
did
Newton
not.
got mad like, fuck you up. Excuse my French, my time.
he
But
was
he got mad because like he be really trolling.
Was
the
he really
celebrity.
mad?
No, he was
Cam
super
was
mad.
mad.
Yeah,
Like-
he was mad. I was like, bro, I ain't never seen Cam like that. But he didn't troll people. He did Baron Davis. He did like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like big A-list celebrities, and they was like, and I'm looking at like when I seen that energy, I'm like, bro, you really like make people don't even want people don't even want to do a skit with me if they know I'm connected to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny that you said that because like I don't know if y'all heard of this dude named Funny Marco. You know what I'm saying? But like everybody see him on on social media, and they be like, "Man, this dude a great dude." And don't take it wrong, I ain't gonna say he's not a great guy, but it's like how you put how you is on social media in real life. You're not really like, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because me and him, we had like a fallout, and people know me like I'm a positive individual. I'm always trying to influence the generation. I'm trying to motivate, inspire, and me and him had a fallout over a video that I did with Lil Duval. You probably heard of Lil Duval. He a comedian. Lil Duval, I was doing a video at the Crew League, and Lil Duval ended up like he was a fan of me. He's like, bro, let's do the skit. So I do the skit, and then Funny Marco's like, man, we trying to record. You know what I'm saying? It looked like hating, even though he said he wasn't hating. I really don't know that, but he was like, man, I did that to make the views go up, and I was like, all right, I get that. So I posted the video because Lil Duval was like, bro, you got to post that. So when I posted it, he get mad and start DMing me because he said he was getting hate mail and people was. So I commented. You feel me? I was like, hey, man, this is a skit. You know what I'm saying? So they can get off of him. He unfollowed me. Then he started like acting weird. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so I say that to say like, this ain't the person that you was at the beginning before we did a skit. You feel me? And then it's like a lot of gatekeeping going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I mean by gatekeeping is like when you trying to get to the top, and that's what's wrong with I feel like the black community. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's far as like selling drugs to doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody that's on another level that's getting up there and he trying to pick other people up there with you, you don't got that no more. You got somebody that's trying to make it to the top. You got people pulling them down. You get what I'm saying?
I do, man.
You know what I mean? And that's what's wrong. But like I had to say that because my boy Youre, he was like, bro, you know one thing I noticed about you? He was like, man, I ain't like if a person don't like you or like your energy, there's something wrong with them.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Because
Agreed.
I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, what makes you even want to get mad at me and we all do content together? And this how you started. You was messing with people at Walmart and you was trolling people, and then you got you a platform. And the first time I reached out to him, he was like, I don't do skits. I'm like, bro, you started doing
That's
skits.
what you were doing. You the skit guy.
Now you don't do skits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you feel me? But that's what really make me work extra harder, because one thing I learned is the best revenge is master success.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
But I
So-
also think the most successful people don't do that to other people.
No, they don't.
I think, you're like, man, I was sitting here. Where's the YouTube thing? He was like, I saw the YouTube thing. I get back on YouTube. I was like, yeah, mine only had 100. He blinked his eyes, went to 300,000. Which I love, by the way, because that's amazing.
No, that motivated me. I was like, bro, I gotta.
But I'm saying, like, why would I not be like, dude, that's awesome, man? Because that makes me want to do, and I want to see you do well. And I think for me, it's funny. Guy reached out to me the other day about something. He's like, would you? And I'm like, dude, I love y'all, but I never liked that coach. I don't care. Like, why are you asking me for money? Like, nobody, y'all never liked me. Why am you asking me? Like, I'm not mad at you, but is there anything you've ever done I don't need you to support me, but to actually do anything to speak nice, try? No, because you're too busy going like, well, guess what he's doing? Yeah, I'm doing more than you, motherfucker.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
No,
and
that's
if you
a
were
fact.
doing more than me, I'd be like, yo, you're doing more than me.
Yeah.
Like, I love that you're doing that.
But it's competition, though.
Yeah,
See,
but-
competition supposed to bring the best out of people,
That's
not
my
make
point.
them envy and jealous.
And there's hundreds of
and don't
millions of
wanna-
people just in this country.
Yeah, and it's like social media is a platform now where everybody can win.
Correct.
You feel me? Everybody can make money. Everybody can grow. Everybody can build a brand and do this. Shouldn't take no hate. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you because you know what I'm saying? And like one thing my mentor told me and my manager Timberland, he's like, you know what? You got to be careful around people like that because you got some people that's intimidated of you.
100%.
When they see your spirit and what you doing, they don't even want to be around you because you probably can make them look bad. He was like, look at some of the rappers you done did. Like you see what the comments say. He too fast on them. They high. They this or they that. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is not even trying to make people look bad. It's just this is my gift.
Correct.
I'm just a natural born salesperson. You know what I'm saying? I come from nothing and I found my lane and I built it and now I'm able to take care of my family and now I'm able to make the world laugh. How can you hate something like that? You know what I'm saying?
Because you hate yourself.
Yeah.
But you hate yourself. It's hard to love anything when you hate you. Bro, anytime I'm mad at things, I'm like, dude, I'm hating me. Why am I mad? I'm mad at that because I hated myself and where I was at.
Right.
Find something you love to do. Find something that makes you happy. Find something that allows you to take care of your family.
No, that's the fact.
You know, because I think when that's the thing about people, and you learn that a lot. And that's what I love about you. You're genuine. But I meet a lot of people, and I'm like, you look at it, you're like, dude, that's not who you are. Yeah. Good or bad. Like, it's not who you're trying to pretend to be something you're not. Yeah. Just be who you are.
Yeah, a zebra never changed a stripe.
That's right. It's like with money. Somebody says money makes people. Yeah. No, money just reveals character.
No, that's a fact.
You're already there.
That's the best, man. This is the best title. Pick money.
Yeah.
Because all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do people dirty to get the money.
No.
Because just like God bless you with it, he could take it away from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
And if you don't believe that, that's a scary world to live in.
Yeah.
You can lose it all tomorrow.
That's a fact.
And, do right by people. That's what I always told my kids back in the day. They'd be like, Dad, we'd be out somewhere. They'd be like, hey, and somebody would see me and then be like, that's the real estate guy. That's the insurance guy. That's my waste. That's my waste. Whoever I sold them to them, that's who I was.
Yeah. That's why they say that saying, treat the CEO like the janitor.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't, you feel me? You never know. You might look up. That's why every time, that's why I don't never look down. Even when my kids, we drive by a homeless person or a person that's begging, I'll be like, look, that can be you.
100%.
See, this person made the wrong decision.
Fine line.
You know what I mean?
Could be one decision.
Yeah.
Could be one damn decision. I've been sober 24 years, dude. But I sit back and be like, can you believe? Thank you. Can you believe? I'm like, dude, I could have made that decision. Yeah. I could have gotten behind the wheel and had that happen. Yeah. My buddy could have gotten a fight. That could have happened to me. Yeah. Like, dude, who do y'all think you are?
That's a fact.
Like, you sit back, you're so judgmental. I'm like, it's so easy from back here where it's safe and nobody's, and that's this ivory tower shit. Well, that's what I would do. And I'm always like, especially in sales, I'm always like, bro, when's the last time you sold something? Right. Like when I launched every company, they'd be like, why should I work with you? I'm like, has your boss ever sold anything? They'd be like, well, I don't know. I'm like, why don't you fucking ask him? Right. The answer is no, I know him. He's never sold anything. So if I've sold for years and your boss has never sold something, he's running, a sales organization. He never sold shit. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is be a professional tennis coach. I'm going to start tomorrow. I never played tennis in my life. When I hit the ball, it goes over the fence. I do it for fun. I know nothing about it. But I'm in, Kenny. Send your kids to me. I'm a professional tennis coach. I don't know shit about it. Right, but it's getting people to understand that stuff. So, all right. And pick money is a really big deal because you've been able to, because while you're entertaining and while you're making us laugh and while you're making people feel good, and I can't even imagine you in a bad mood ever when you're doing all that, but you've also stayed focused on, you know what, man, I'm doing those other things, but that don't necessarily feed my family. So I got to make sure I'm doing things that are because you love what you're doing so much. You got around good people are like, I'm sure Timbaland, one of them, like, hey, do this. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, we love you, but look what you're doing over here. And I think you're going to have one hell. I think as you start speaking in front of these really big groups, I think it's going to mess people up in a good way. Because I think you're very unique in that way. Sales organizations are starving for somebody that can come in and empower them, not motivate for a few minutes, empower them. When you look at where your career is going now, I got no doubt you're going to still keep killing it, YouTube, skits, all the stuff you're doing. What is something else you're looking to bring into what you're doing to build a business for you and your family?
This documentary, that's the number one thing that I'm trying to get off the ground because I hear people all the time, even in comments, or people DM me, they be like this every day. Every day I get an email, a comment, I get a DM. They be like, man, you inspire me, man. I done made this such amount of money watching your videos. I was just depressed, and then I watch your videos, you changed my mood, and just different stuff. So I'm like, okay, this is the world. now I need the world to see how I impact my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because
No
it's different when you can
doubt.
impact the world. But when
Dude,
you
no.
got little mini-me clones,
And you ain't got
they got
one or two.
personality.
You
know what
ain't
I'm saying?
got
No,
one
I'm
or
talking
two.
about,
Yeah.
I'm talking about 10 of them.
You
Man.
got
Out of
10.
10, 8 of them do door-to-door. And they all got their personality. Like I told you, I got to tell you the story about my son. This one I knew my son was different. And I got to share this with you. And I don't even know if I shared this before. But when I used to manage the company I was working with selling the cleaning product, we had grown people. Like, I'm talking about they like 30, 40, 50 years old, and they knocking. But right next door to failure is success. So it's like if they going through adversity, they'll easily call me and be like, hey, they either get negative where they cussing out, they scrunch it. I don't know if you get this with, like you get salespeople that when they not having a good day, they'll scrunge the customer. What I mean by scrunge is they have a bad attitude with them, they'll cuss them out because they ain't buy. So I get these type of salespeople that they didn't cuss the customers out, and now the customers then call the police. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I end up having my son go out with another person, like because my son wanted to sell. I was like, look, I'm gonna take you out. I took him out the first day. The second day, I took him out with an experienced person. Now, he wasn't that good, but one thing I learned in training, like this time my mentor told me, he said, look, when you got an experienced person that's not making any money, you gotta put him out with a new person so he can train him, because he ain't gonna do no wrong stuff in front of that new person, because that new person gonna come back and tell you. So I had my son go out with this new person, right? So he's scrunching everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Like he cussing them out. So here it is. My son got away from him. Like my son's 6, 7 years old. You feel me? He's funny salesman junior now, but this is like 11 years. This is like 11
Funny
years ago.
salesman junior.
Yeah. So he's seen a dude cussing a person out. He walked off and started knocking on his own doors. He's 7 years old. Now I didn't tell him to do this. This how creative my kids, because they got my DNA. He's like, oh, something don't look right. You know what I'm saying? And when I say DNA, I ain't talking about the Kendrick Lamar song. I'm talking about like my clone. You feel me? So he's seen this going on. He hurry up and go to a door. Like 5 minutes later, right? He see the police about to arrest the dude. So the police arrest the dude that he was with cussing the customers out. Because number one, we ain't had license. So number one, you scrunch somebody, which was violation. Then you solicited without license. That's 2 violations. So the first one, he would have just gave you a ticket if you had license. But you doing 2 things and you in the wrong. So he ended up locking him up. So now the police come to my son. You feel me? Because the dude tried to tell him, like, because he was like, you know how they be like, is anybody else out here with you? He's like, yeah, the guy,
little guy
there.
over there.
Yeah. So this how my son was creative. This one I knew, like, man, my kid's different. The police come up to my son. My son hurry up and put the cleaner and stuff in his book bag, and he zipped it up. And they was like, yeah, so you was out here selling too? He was like, no, this is my daycare. I stay here. And they drove off, and he knocked on the door and sold him 2 bottles. Right then and there, I said, dog, my kid's different.
No
Here
doubt.
it is. It's a grown man.
No
you feel
doubt.
me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude,
so that's
I do
why
know
I was
what
like,
you
so that's why I need the world to see this. You know what I mean? So when the world see this, they're gonna be like, dang, that's why you got this gift, because you know how to impact other people, make other people around you great. You know what I mean? So
No doubt. Dude, that's an amazing story. I can't wait to see Junior. How old is he now?
he 18.
Yo, we got to get him on too. You should bring him to convention.
Yeah, nah, I am. I'm gonna bring him for
Well,
sure.
hey man, we can't wait to see you in Irvine. Can't wait to hear what you got to say. I love you. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I love your energy.
I love
and
you
thanks
too,
for
man. I
everything you
appreciate
pour
you.
into
Yeah,
us,
thank you,
man.
my brother.
Appreciate y'all. Find him everywhere. You already have. It's impossible not to find him. Thanks for jumping on Pick Money. Like, subscribe, share. Go find him all over YouTube, everywhere on social media. And we'll talk to y'all soon.